It's time for another Yamaha DM7 series vlog as the version 1.5 upgrade is released. These mixers have already caught the attention of many demanding customers, going above and beyond their expectations. So, let's see what's new. I'm sure there's going to be something useful for everyone. Firstly, version 1.5 is what you need to support the broadcast package and the theatre package. Each of these bring a range of specific features for customers working in these disciplines. Watch the other videos to learn the details. These packages can be purchased separately, or they are both included if you order the DM7 Control panel. The DM7 Control panel also requires the use of version 1.5 or newer. You'll be able to customize its features in the Setup menu. Remember, it connects by Ethernet and has its own internal power supply. The status can be seen at the top left of the screen. Edit the user-defined keys and knobs. Assign the two custom faders to any channels you like, and adjust the settings for the panner, the scene memory ink deck keys, and the jog wheel. Even if you're not using door control, you can take advantage of the ergonomic jog wheel to either scroll through the scene list or to use as a touch and turn control. Now let's see the new features that users of all sizes of DM7 can enjoy. Firstly, we have temporary link, familiar to operators of Rivage PM systems. Hold Shift and select multiple channels. And notice the name display will get a yellow box and a link symbol. Now, any parameters that are changed will be adjusted for all the linked channels. See that any level offsets are kept as faders or sends are moved. This is great for adjusting a selection of choir mics or multiple keyboard channels, for example. To stop the link, just select any other channel without holding Shift. Another feature brought over from other mixer series in Yamaha's lineup is individual fade times for scene memories. Look in the scene menu and select the fade time view. Individual can be set for each scene, and then the set button will access the fade time and offset time for each channel's fader and pan. So when you recall a scene, some channels can move quickly to the destination point, while others can wait and move more slowly. Handy for automating the fade out of background music while quietening the speech mics more quickly. Another addition for version 1.5 is found in the Recall Safe section of the scene menu. This is already pretty comprehensive, with a huge range of options for setting which parameters are going to remain the same after a scene recall. If we look at the Bus Others category, we can see the new options for port-to-port patch and port-to-port HA. So you can choose whether these settings get recalled or not. As a reminder, port-to-port is where any input port can be patched directly to any output port, bypassing the mixer channels. You could link a Dante input to an Omni output, or a PY slot input to an AES EBU output, for example. It's probably quite rare to change this scene by scene, so think about making it recall safe in your own setup. Port-to-port HA will keep the input gain safe for relevant analog inputs that route to an output directly without connecting to an input channel of the mixer. Talking of ports, there's another feature to show you: output port delay and gain. Though all mix matrix and main output channels have their own delay parameters, it can be useful to have further adjustment on the output ports themselves when one output channel needs to reach multiple destinations. Open the I/O device menu and navigate to the console I/O page. Notice that Omni and AES EBU outputs already have gain and polarity parameters. Now, delay can also be added. Add gain, polarity, and delay to as many as 20 output ports from PY card, from Dante, or from the Omni outputs. This is great for use in systems with complicated speaker setups to create immersive sound effects. While we're in the I/O device menu, let's move to the Dante I/O device page and find some new supported devices. We will see here the DM7, Yamaha's most powerful open architecture signal processor ever, with up to 256 Dante inputs and outputs. And we have the TIO 1608D2, the updated I/O rack with 16 mic preamps, which now supports 96 kHz operation. Though, for the best audio experience and control flexibility, we recommend the use of RIO D2 series devices with the DM7. Just before we wrap up, I'm going to show you the monitor menu. Here we have 8 monitor sources to select from to define what we hear in the monitor speakers when Q interrupt is not activated. You can select from any channel or input port, and now each source can be named. And the name will appear in the monitor menu, both on the large base screens and also on the smaller utility screen. Finally, take a look at the speaker select and setup speaker options. If you have 2 or 3 pairs of monitor speakers connected, they can each be patched and easily switched, one at a time. And of course, this switching can be mapped to user-defined keys, but notice that dedicated switches are included in the DM7 Control panel in the monitor section, along with dim, mono, and level controls. I'm sure you can imagine how useful this is in a production or broadcast studio environment. There are a range of additional features in the version 1.5 upgrade that I don't have time to show you now, so please visit our website to download the files and read all about it. Try out the editor software for free too, and that now includes a special channel list window in the file menu for quickly editing channel names, colors, and icons. Enjoy that, along with all the other improvements and enhancements, and I'll see you again soon.